during the Excel portion of this. Let's go ahead and pull up the unit one. So displaying continuous data. So coming down here, full name of ride, park name, so on and so forth. There really isn't much in here at the top where you need a histogram and frequency polygon. The reason why is because all of those are qualitative. And so we're going to come down here and we're going to make sure that only the ones that are quantitative are done. And so we're going to do height requirements. So for these, we would do neither, and just drag it up. I'm pretty sure because all of those are qualitative. Except for this, I think. So we come right back here, specific age. Oh, this one is age interest. What is it? Age interest all. Age interest all. Oh, yeah, still just qualitative. So you just come back here, you look at the type of data that it is. It's still qualitative. So we'll do neither. And then height requirement inches. So now we can start doing, basically all of these can be done with all of them. Okay. And then this right here, like I said, the ranking, let's see, what does the ranking look like? The ranking, I guess it could be both, but it really wouldn't do anything for you at all to do any sort of, it wouldn't help you at all because it's just ranks. Then stars given by a TripAdvisor could also be the same, although technically both of these are actually qualitative. It's just they treat them like quantitative. And so coming back up here, the next point is make a pivot table in the area to the right. And the way that we do this, so let's go to Disney World. So insert pivot table into the area to the right. So, yep, right here. And then we're doing it for height requirements. So you come down here, height requirements in inches. Okay. And you notice right here, it says sum of height requirements. We don't want that. We want count. Show values as, or summarize values as count. Okay. So we've got height requirements. Make a frequency table. So the reason why it looks like this, look at this and see, okay, we've got 0. And I want you guys to think about that. Why does it look like that? Why is it that there are 31 rides that have a 0 for a height requirement? And so you might want to look back through there. And that's one of those situations where it's like, hey, you might want to pay attention to that. And another reason why it's very difficult to make any sort of distribution, any sort of pivot table out of that. Okay, then next, make a frequency table out of age of ride in years for all rides in the Magic Kingdom. So let's see here, age of ride in years. And then once again, it says sum. So I'm going to do summarize values as count. And then I'm also going to do park location. I only want, so I'm going to use this as a filter, I think. So park location. Yeah, and I only want Magic Kingdom. Okay. And so what I want here now, so Magic Kingdom, and I have a frequency table for the age of ride in years. Now, what I want to do here, I don't like this. I want to make a group. And so I'm going to do something really quick, just make sure all. So from 0 all the way up to 51. So if I want to make a grouping, and we have a total of 54, we need to determine how many different groups we need. Okay, so we have a total of 54, and I should have made you guys do that first, is figure out how many different groups you want. So 54, so 2 to the k. So what we've got to do is this little rule is called 2 to the k is greater than n rule. So 2 raised to the what is greater than 54. So 2 raised to the what is greater than 54. So 2 raised to the third, let's find out what that is. Or just 2 equals 2 raised to the this. So let's do third. Nope, 8. 32. There we go, 6. So we might want to have 6 different groups. So what is 50 divided by 6? So what we're going to do is actually 51, because that's the range. Well, actually, no, the range is 50. So equals 50 divided by 6. So we probably want to have around 8.3, but we don't really like 8.3 because it's a really ugly number. So I would say stick with either 5 or 10. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right up here and I'm going to say, okay, group starting at 0, and then by 10. And so I've got 0 to 10, 50 to 60, and so count of rides by going all the way throughout there. Okay. So now we're going to, we've got all this information here for all, but now we're going to switch it to just Magic Kingdom. Okay. So we're going to take this information, put it off to the side. And this is Magic Kingdom. And there's a little problem here. You see 0 to 10, 20 to 30, it skips something. And so it skips 10 to 20. So we need to put, well, and it's going to do that automatically. So we're going to put this in as text again, 10 to 20. We're going to put 0, 20 to 30, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. So now we want to do select multiple items because it says make a frequency table for rides in the Magic Kingdom, make a frequency table for rides in all years except Magic Kingdom. So what we want to do is we want to do all of them except Magic Kingdom. Okay, and so 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So I'm going to take this information right here, not Magic Kingdom. Okay, and so now I've got a frequency table of Magic Kingdom, a frequency table of the rides not in Magic Kingdom, and then interpret, make a frequency polygon of age of rides in years, comparing Magic Kingdom to all the rides. So what we're going to do now is, because I already have this data all together, notice you've got to have the data like this all together in one thing. And that's the reason why I did Magic Kingdom first, not Magic Kingdom second. And I put them right next to each other and insert. And I'm going to do frequency polygon. Okay. And so age of rides in years. Okay. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't love frequency polygons. I would much prefer something called a relative frequency polygon. Okay. And so a relative frequency polygon is very similar, but what it does is it accounts for the fact that these two things are not necessarily going to be the same. And so instead of having 11, 9, 8, and 3, those are the counts. What we need to do is we need to do percent of grand total. So we would do something very similar. We do Control C. Let's do actually all this. And then let's do Magic Kingdom. Press OK. And so we'll do Control C. Remember, we got to skip the 10 to 20 and we got to put a 0 right there. And so we're going to like this. And then see, and 0. And so same thing right here. And so you've got a frequency polygon. And then you've got a relative. Okay. And so this relative frequency polygon is much better, in my opinion, because it shows the relative amount rides of how old they are compared to everything else. And so I'm going to once again insert the relative frequency polygon, and you'll notice it's pretty much the same, but the reason why is because equals sum. These are both the same, or similar rather. If these were drastically different, it would look very different. You notice they still are a little different, but you'll notice that 50%, right around there, or 25% for both of them, 25% of their rides are 20 to 30 years old. And so they give you a slightly different picture of what you have. And so in my opinion, relative frequency polygons are a much better choice more often than frequency polygons. So who do relative frequency of, okay. And so you can see, okay, 0 to 10 for Magic Kingdom, there are 2 rides, there are 11 rides for non-Magic Kingdom, so on and so forth. And then right here, it's 9% as compared to 36% are 0 to 10. And then 10 to 20, the 0% as compared to 29%, so on and so forth. So that's how you would do that portion for the Excel, and that's pretty much it.